Good morning, this is Josh, and I'm reading from the Qur'an, chapter 15, Al-Hijr, the Rock, starting in verse 36. He said, "My Lord, respite me till the day there will be resurrected." Said he, "You are indeed among the reprieved until the day of the known time." He said, "My Lord, as you have consigned me to the perversity, I will surely glamorize evil for them on the earth, and I will surely perverted them all except your dedicated servants among them." He said, "This is the path leading straight to me. Indeed, as for my servants, you do not have any authority over them, except the perverse who follow you, and hell is indeed the tryst of them all. It has 7 gates, to each gate belongs a separate portion of them. Indeed, the God-weary will be amid gardens and springs. They will be told, enter it in peace and safety. We will remove whatever rancor there is in their breasts. Intimate like brothers, they will be reclining on couches, facing one another. Therein neither weariness shall touch them, nor will they ever be expelled from it. Inform my servants that I am indeed the all-forgiving, the all-merciful, and that my punishment is a painful punishment, and inform them about the guests of Abraham. When they entered into his presence and said peace, he said, "We are indeed afraid of you." They said, "Do not be afraid. Indeed, we give you the good news of a wise son." He said, "Do you give me good news? Though old age has befallen me, what is the good news that you bring me?" They said, "We bring you good news and truth. So do not be despondent." He said, "Who despairs of his Lord's mercy except the astray?" Let's go back and take a look at the commentary on these verses we've just read. Alright, let's take a look at verses 36 through 43. I'm going to read them again, and then we'll look at the short commentary. He said, "My Lord, respite me till the day they will be resurrected." Said he, "You are indeed among the reprieved, until the day of the known time." He said, "My Lord, as you have consigned me to perversity, I will surely glamorize evil for them on the earth, and I will surely pervert them all except your dedicated servants among them." He said, "This is the path leading straight to me. Indeed, as my servants you do not have any authority over them, except the perverse who follow you, and hell is indeed the tryst of them all." The commentary, and I'm reading from the Quran and the Bible, text and commentary by Gabriel Reynolds. Commentary on verses 36 to 43. Here, verses 36 to 38, the Quran reports that God agreed to the devil's request that his punishment be delayed, so that he might do his best to lead humans away from God. On this, see commentary on 7:14 through 18 with further references. Let's go take a look at 7:14. Okay, 7:14 through 18 of the Qur'an. He said, "Respite me till the day they will be resurrected." Said he, "You are indeed among the reprieved. As you have consigned me to perversity," he said, "I will surely lie in wait for them on your straight path. Then I will come at them from their front and rear, and from their right and left, and you will not find most of them to be grateful." Said he, "Begone hence, blameful and banished. Whoever of them follows you, I will surely fill hell with you all." Commentary. 7:14 through 18, the Quran's account. See also commentary on 1536 through 43, 1762 through 65, 3879 through 85, of the way in which God agrees to the devil's plan to tempt humanity. Verse 18 is not unlike that in Job. So the Lord asked him, "Did you pay any attention to my servant Job? There is no one like him on the earth, a sound and honest man who fears God and shuns evil." Yes, Satan said, "but Job is not God-fearing for nothing, is he? Have you not put a wall around him, and his house and all his domain? You have blessed all he undertakes, and his flocks throng the countryside. But stretch out your hand and lay a finger on his possessions. Then, I warrant you, he will curse you to your face." "Very well," the Lord said to Satan, "all he has is in your power, but keep your hand off his person." So Satan left the presence of the Lord. Job 1, 8 through 12. However, the Quran insists that the devil is granted only a respite. 1761 through 65, 3879 through 85, and suggests that the devil will be punished on the day of resurrection. Q 7:14 and 26:94 through 95. To this end, it is worth noting how the New Testament suggests at times that the devil has been given dominion on earth, but will be destroyed at the end of time, as in Revelation 20, verse 10. "And you were dead through the crimes and the sins which used to make up your way of life, when you were living by the principles of this world, obeying the ruler who dominates the air, the spirit who is at work in those who rebel." Ephesians 2, 1 through 2, similar to Matthew 4, 8 through 9, Luke 4, 5 through 7, John 12:31, John 14:30, 16:11, and 2 Corinthians 4:4. Commentary on 1544. Let me read verse 44 of chapter 15. "It has 7 gates, and to each gate belongs a separate portion of them." 1544. Matthew 16:18 refers to the gates of hell. They are mentioned elsewhere in the Quran. 1629, Q39:72, and Q40:76, but only here are numbered at 7. This number may be a reflection or inversion of the Quranic idea of 7 heavens. See commentary on 67:3 with further references. Let's go look at 67:3. He created 7 heavens in layers. You do not see any discordance in the creation of the all-beneficent. Look again. Do you see any flaw? Commentary. The notion of 7 heavens, verse 12. 67.3, and then verse 12, is found in both Jewish BT Hagiga 12b and Christian traditions. A reflection of this notion may be found in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 2. Among the church fathers, Irenaeus, Proof of the Apostolic Preaching 9, teaches this explicitly. The Quranic imagery of 7 heavens is connected to a cosmology with 7 planetary spheres, see 78:12. In the Ascension of Isaiah, a composition text extant in Ethiopic with Jewish origins but redacted by Christians, Isaiah travels to the 7th heaven where he sees Enoch. And he took me up into the 7th heaven, and there I saw a wonderful light, and also angels without number. And there I saw all the righteous from the time of Adam onward. And there I saw the holy Abel, and all the righteous. And there I saw Enoch, and all who were with him. Ascension of Isaiah 9, verses 6 through 9a. On the 7 heavens, CQ 2 verse 29, 1744, Q 41:12, 65:12, 71:15, and 78:12. Finally, verse 45 of chapter 15, commentary. Let me read the verse again. Indeed, the God-weary will be amid gardens and springs. On the streams of paradise, see commentary on 225 with further references. Let's check out chapter 2, verse 25. Chapter 2 is the longest chapter in the Quran. It's called Al-Baqarah, the heifer. 2 verse 25. There we go. Commentary. Let me read verse 25. And give good news to those who have faith and do righteous deeds, that for them shall be gardens with streams running in them. Whenever they are provided with their fruit for nourishment, they will say, this is what we were provided before. And they were given something resembling it. There will be chaste mates for them, and they will remain therein forever. Verse 25, commentary. Here and elsewhere in the Quran presents heaven as a garden. Some scholars describe this presentation as a reflection of the desires of desert-dwelling Arabs who dreamed of well-watered, fruit-filled oases, along with chaste mates. However, the Quranic presentation of paradise more likely emerges from an idea that the souls of the blessed will return to the same garden in which God once placed Adam, the Garden of Eden. On this see examples Q9:72, Q13:23, Q16:31, and Q18:31. The Quran follows a cosmology by which the Garden of Eden exists on the top of a cosmic mountain, the summit of which is in the heavenly realm. Note how in 2:36 and 7:24, Adam, Eve, and Satan are told to get down from the garden. This cosmology is already found, for example, in Ephraim's Hymns on Paradise. With the eye of my mind I gazed upon paradise. The summit of every mountain is lower than its summit. The crest of the flood reached only its foothills. These it kissed with reverence before turning back. to rise above and subdue the peak of every hill and mountain. The foothills of paradise it kisses, while every summit it buffets. Chapter 1, verse 4 of Hymns on Paradise. Quray's translation relates that rivers run in the gardens of paradise, although the Arabic relates that they run below, Arabic tahat, them. See examples in 3:15 and verse 136, 195 and 198, Q4:13 and verse 57, Q122, Q5:12 and verse 85. This particular description of rivers is not limited to paradise, but is applied to 3 occasions: 2 verse 266, Q6:6, and Q43:51 to earthly gardens. In this see D. Wayne's Agriculture and Vegetation, EQ 141, Joseph Whitstone. The Qur'an also mentions the presence of purified companions. Our translation has chaste mates. In the Garden 3:15, Muslim commentators explain that their purity consists in an absence of bodily impurities. Tafsir al-Jalalain reports, "And there for them shall be spouses, or houris, and others purified from menstruation and impurities." Hilali Khan translate here, "And they shall have therein pure wives, having no menses, stools, urine, etc." Back to the commentary on chapter 15, Al-Hijr, the Rock. Commentary on 51 through 77. Overview: the way in which the Quran connects the Annunciation of Isaac to Abraham with the story of the punishment of Sodom and Gomorrah, the people of Lot. Q15, 57 through 55 reflects the way these two elements are connected in Genesis 18 through 19. This same sequence appears in Q11, 74 through 83, and Q22, verse 43, and Q29, 31 through 35, and 51, 24 through 47. Interesting. And inform them, verse 51, and inform them about the guests of Abraham, when they entered into his presence and said, "Peace." He said, "We are indeed afraid of you." They said, "Do not be afraid, indeed. We give you the good news of a wise son." He said, "Do you give me good news, though old age has befallen me? What is the good news that you bring me?" They said, "We bring you good news and truth, so do not be despondent." He said, "Who despairs of his Lord's mercy except the astray?" He said, "O messengers, what is now your errand?" They said, "We have been sent down a guilty people, who will all perish, except the family of Lot. We will indeed deliver all of them, except his wife, who he has ordained will indeed be among those who remain behind." So when the messengers came to Lot's family, he said, "You are strangers to me." They said, "Indeed, we bring you, who they used to doubt. We bring you the truth, and indeed we speak truly. Take your family, and a watch at the night, and follow in their rear, and none of you shall turn around, and proceed as you are bidden." We appraised him of the matter, that these will be rooted out by dawn. The people of the city came rejoicing. He said, "These are indeed my guests. Do not bring dishonor on me." be weary of God and do not humiliate me." They said, "Did we not forbid you from defending strangers?" He said, "These are my daughters, marry them, if you should do anything." But your life they were bewildered in their drunkenness. So the cry seized them at sunrise, and we made its topmost part its nethermost, and rained on them stones of shale. Commentary on verses 57 through 74. Quri, following the majority of Islamic authorities, suggests that Lot offered his daughters in marriage to the mob, which gathered outside of his house. However, there is no mention of marriage in the Qur'an, which simply follows Genesis 19 verse 8, and having Lot offer his daughters in place of his guests to the crowd. Verse 6 of Genesis 19. Lot came out to them at the door, and having shut the door behind him said, "Please, brothers, do not be wicked. Look, I have 2 daughters who are virgins. I am ready to send them out to you, for you to treat as you please. But do nothing to these men, since they are now under the protection of my roof." But they retorted, "Stand back. This fellow came here as a foreigner, and now he wants to play the judge. Now we shall treat you worse than them." Then they forced Lot back and moved forward to break down the door. But the men reached out, pulled Lot back into the house with them, and shut the door. And they dazzled those who were at the door of the house, one and all, with a blinding light, so that they could not find the doorway. When dawn broke, the angels urged Lot on. To your feet, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here. Or you will be swept away in the punishment of the city." And as he hesitated, the men seized his hand and the hands of his wife and his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful to him, and led him out, and left him outside the city. When they had brought him outside, he was told, "Flee for your life. Do not look behind you, or stop anywhere on the plain. Flee to the hills, where you will be swept away." Genesis 19, 6 through 11, and verses 15 through 17. The Qur'an's report that the crowd was bewildered in their drunkenness, Q 1572, refers to the blinding light which dazzled the mob, Genesis 19:11, and allowed Lot's family to escape. Ephraim relates that the Sodomites became blind. They spread a veil, so to speak, over the sight of the Sodomites, with the darkness that lay over their appearance. Then the men brought Lot inside with them, and the Sodomites outside were afflicted with blindness. Ephraim, Commentary on Genesis 16:5. The remark that the topmost part of the cities became their nethermost, verse 74, reflects the language in Genesis of God's overthrowing Hebrew, Yahapak, Syriac, Hifak, the cities, Genesis 19:25. See Commentary on 9Q970. On Lot's guests and the destruction of Lot's people. See Q 780 through 84, Q 1174 through 83, Q 26 160 through 74, Q 2754 through 58, Q 2931 through 35, Q 37 133 through 38, Q 5131 through 37, Q 5433 through 39, and Commentary on 5433 through 39. On Lot's wife, see Commentary on 27:54 through 58 with further references.